Hey y'all! We should learn to say that in a foreign language.
I don't know if that translates.
Guten Tag. Is that good morning
That's good morning.
in German?
No, sorry, that's good day.
Well,
Guten Morgen.
Guten Tag, everybody.
That's good morning.
We're back. Oh, man.
Yes, we are. What is it? February now? The month of love?
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Kelsey, love?
I love love.
Yes.
It's my favorite feeling.
It is not the time. But
No.
we do have a whole lot of new stuff going on at the library.
So much going on. So
Because
much to
of-
talk about.
Yeah. We are going to be reinstating the use of our meeting rooms.
Yay.
And we are coming to you live right now from the theater at East Hills. It has the best acoustics.
Very
For
comfortable.
us.
Leather seating.
Oh, it's beautiful. Not a lot
Great.
of people, if they don't come to the library, know that we have this theater. And it's such a great space for people to use for presentations and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we've got great meeting rooms. Yeah, there's just got a lot going for us here.
Yeah, you can reserve our theater conference room. And then downtown has a sort of a conference room you can reserve. And so do Carnegie and Washington Park. And as of right now, in February, you can go online, go to our calendar and click reserve, or not our calendar, but our website, and click reserve a room and go through and reserve spaces for events. Anything else that's changed significantly?
I think that's it. That's happening right now. We do have big things coming, but not until the very end of February into March 1st. We're going to start offering more programming. I forgot the word programming. It's been so long since I've programmed.
Yeah, we will have the option to do in-person programming again.
Yeah.
And we have so many people that are so excited to get back out there. And we do have some other options for programming right now that we'll get into later as we go through the programming. But there are a couple of things you can come do and attend.
Yeah, we've got some options opening up. I know that most of us are ready to get back to it. So once the weather starts getting a little nicer and maybe we can implement some outdoor programming and things like that.
Oh, yeah, that'll
we're
be
gonna
nice.
Get back into the swing
It's
of
been such a
things.
mild winter. I'm hoping it's a beautiful summer.
Until Tuesday night, it's going to snow.
I still don't, you just got to not believe it and it won't happen.
I don't know. I get so excited. I'm like a kid. I just wearing my
I'm
pajamas
like
inside
a
out.
jaded adult who
That's
doesn't
fair.
want to drive in the snow.
That accurately describes our friendship. A jaded adult and an overzealous child. Makes a lot of sense. Other than that, what's been going on?
Not a whole lot. We've been actually getting a lot of people coming back to the library
It's
recently.
so great to be busy again.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Makes our day go by faster,
Yeah.
but it also
We
just makes
love
it more
seeing
enjoyable.
Our new things that we bought, check out.
Ugh,
It's
gosh.
so beautiful.
It is so great. Please come use the library.
And people have been coming and grabbing these take and makes like
Crazy.
hotcakes.
I know. I can't keep them on the shelves.
Yeah, if you want to take and make, they have changed the rules. Most of them are just pickups now, not reservations.
Yes.
So make sure you come get them while they're new because people have been going a little bit wild for them. But they've been making some really cool ones.
I recommend picking them up the day they come out if you can, because a lot of them are gone within the first day,
Yeah.
which is great.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love to see all that go out the door.
it's wonderful.
Well, yeah, my life's been pretty uneventful too. I haven't found any more cats. I was like trying to think of like what exciting has happened in the last 2 weeks, and really nothing.
There hasn't been a lot going on in the world.
I became a notary.
Oh my gosh, we have another notary now.
When this goes on the air,
If anybody needs
Into the
notary
web.
services, we offer those for free at the library. You just have to give us a call and make sure that somebody's here that's able to do it.
yeah. So call me.
Okay.
And I will notarize your document. I had to go downtown for that. And that's a story I can tell. I went into the wrong office. So if you work at the county commissioner's office at City Hall, Or where was I? I was not at City Hall. Oh, wow.
The courthouse?
Yep. Okay. If
you were in the very wrong place.
I first went to the whole wrong building. If you work at the county commissioner's office and I almost said City Hall again. In the courthouse, Buchanan County Courthouse, I am so sorry for interrupting your morning meeting.
Yeah, there was important men in there.
Oh my gosh, they all were just glaring at me. And I was like, "Hi, I'm here to be sworn in." And she was like, "No, you're not. You're here to interrupt us and ruin our day." And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to see myself out. I'm going to go find where I'm supposed to be." Yeah, so that was embarrassing.
Yeah. And Kelsey didn't know that there was a restaurant in the courthouse.
I did not. And Crystal, I know you're listening to this. You were supposed to send me the information and you didn't. So get on it. I know you don't have anything else going on.
Not a busy person.
Not at all. Not at all. How dare you? Yeah, I've never been there before.
Yeah, it has a funny name too. I don't remember. It's like someone's pot or something, like grandma's pot. Just something odd.
So weird.
You have to go through a metal detector to go eat there.
I feel like, I don't know. I'm fine with that. Feel nice and secure. I did get nervous when I was in the courthouse, though. I just instantly feel like I'm doing something wrong. Which, I mean, I was absolutely in the wrong. But I was like I just get on edge when I'm in there.
Yeah, it's an interesting building. It's really pretty.
It is really pretty. Lots of people in suits and business wear, and I wasn't. But yeah, so I'm a notary now, so that's fun. Had to read that big handbook. Have a little faith in me. Is that a Mandy Moore song?
Mandy Moore?
What?
Isn't she an actress?
Yes, but also a 2000s pop icon.
No clue.
Are you kidding me?
No clue.
You've never heard a song by Mandy Moore?
I would have said, isn't she an actress?
Well, you did say that. Oh my gosh. Are you... Wow. As soon as we get off here, we're watching Princess Diaries and you're going to hear her sing.
Oh.
Isn't that the movie she sings in?
I was going to say, I've seen that movie.
She sings it's is that from Princess Diaries? When she sings
Am
stupid...
I thinking of the right Princess Diaries?
Stupid Cupid, stop picking on me. That's from, right? Is that from Princess
Number
Diaries?
one, I wouldn't know if it was Mandy Moore. Number two, is Princess Diaries the one with Anne Hathaway?
Hey Siri. Is Mandy Moore in Princess Diaries?
Here's an answer from hsx.com. Moore co-starred in The Princess Diaries and took the lead role in the 2002 touching love story, A Walk to Remember.
Boom.
Princess Diaries is the one I'm thinking of, right?
With Anne Hathaway.
Genovia.
Yeah, Princess of Genovia.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea she had a song or sang at all.
Well, I encourage you to look it up because she has quite the discography. Is that a word?
Sure is.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Who's the smartest one now, Jacob? All right. Carrying on.
But yeah, we are pretty much back open to normal. We are still, as long as the cases of COVID in town are so high, we're still doing masks and doing social distancing. But other than that, all of our services will be returning.
Yeah.
And we are very happy about that. We'll have the programming coming up soon. We'll be open to normal hours in March. And we have the meeting rooms all available as of when you're listening to this in February.
Oh, and also, speaking of COVID cases, Hy-Vee Pharmacy, free N95 masks for anybody.
Yep, they're just handing them out there.
So go to Hy-Vee, everybody. Get your N95s. Everyone's entitled to 3.
Is that per day?
I don't want to legally say that. Allegedly.
You can go get 3 for sure.
Sure.
You can go get 3 for sure.
Allegedly, you could go back every day. But I'm really sorry, Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Please don't come after me.
Did you sign up for your free COVID tests?
I did. I am ready.
Nice.
I'm ready to...
Was it 3 per household or 4?
4 per household, which does not help when you have 5
people.
Yeah, my kids were like, what are you going to do if we all get sick? And I was like, well, I guess I'll just pick my least favorite and you just don't get tested. And you get to go to school. So better start doing your laundry. Just an idea. I don't think I could COVID test Hadley right now if I tried. She's so terrified of it. The last time she was tested.
I've seen someone do it once.
Yeah.
I've been in contact with someone, but I have never had any symptoms.
Yeah.
And that was just one time. It was pretty great.
Yeah. It's not as bad as it was at the beginning. At the
people
beginning,
were saying that they were like getting their brain scraped. And
man, the first time I did it, I had bloody noses for a couple days after.
That's crazy.
But this last time, I was like, I don't know that you really like got in there far enough to accurately test me.
It seems to, they should just, however far back you sneeze from.
Can't you just spit into a tube?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that.
I'm not a scientist.
I am clearly not a scientist.
We'll get
but
Fauci on here.
Come back for our
on
mid.
all of our YouTube people.
Come back for our mid-month episode. We're actually interviewing Dr. Anthony Fauci and Joe Rogan.
At the same time.
Just joking.
Yeah. Well, there is some library news. Well, it's not really news, to be honest.
Oh, boy.
There's just a debate that comes up in libraries every once in a while, was making its round again.
Okay.
And that is, we saw this article from public libraries online, and it's asking a question. The title says, "We all win. Training and advancement for non-MLS library workers."
So explain to the people what an MLS is.
Yeah.
Firstly.
So a lot of the time when you walk into a library, everyone's a librarian.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone who's working there is a librarian.
Right.
But librarian is like a professional position that has you earn, it's an MLS or an MLIS, a Master's of Library Science or Library Information Science. And that allows you to become a professional librarian in a lot of places. There's other ways, and that's what this article talks about, sometimes to get that official position of librarian. And it's like you and I, we're actually just library assistants.
Right.
Because neither of us has the MLIS. Spoiler alert, I am almost done with the MLIS. I'll be finished in May. And then I will officially be able to become a librarian.
I'm very excited for you, actually.
It's going to be interesting. But there's the professional position is what they call that, compared to we would be called paraprofessionals.
Right.
Just like, a clerk. Is it a clerk? No. What's the paraprofessional for legal? Paralegal. Duh. Paraprofessional legal,
Are you the smartest one? Just joking.
So there have just been a lot of debates in the library world about whether you need the specific degree of a Master of Library Science to become a librarian. And the idea for becoming a librarian is that you gain more responsibilities of, managing people, managing collections.
Right.
All that kind of stuff. And there are a lot of criticisms of having to get a Master's of Library Science to be able to do that. And there are some pros and cons. How do you feel about it? Do you have any feelings?
Well,
I don't know if you've looked into it too much.
I mean, I have, and I've watched you, work on yours, and I think it's something that I would want to do in the future, but I don't feel is necessary for me. I do quite a bit here. I'm lucky that I'm able to do quite a bit. And, Shirley's given me a lot of responsibility without that degree. That being said, I do turn to people who have their MLS when I have, when an issue pops up. There have been times when I've gotten a hold of Jenny or Amanda or whoever, So I don't know. I see the pros and the cons.
Yeah, it's sort of like it's a conversation that really happens in a lot of different professions.
Yeah.
Where it's sort of like an apprenticeship role or a degree role.
Right.
Where you can learn the skills on the job that you need for the job.
Right.
Or you can go to the school and learn the skills for the broader idea of the job.
Sure.
So from this article, there's a little quote at the beginning here where someone's talking about, a reason not to require MLISs. And they just ask, can't we have a fraternal, respected, and smart profession without over-reliance on an expensive and unnecessarily exclusionary credential? And so those are kind of the two of the big problems that people have with the MLISs. Number one, it's expensive.
Right.
And the other part of that is exclusionary. And the expense is part of the exclusionary part.
Right.
If people are working as a library assistant, are they going to be able to fork up minimum around $20,000
right.
to go get the degree? And these things can go up to like $60,000 depending on where you go to.
Right.
And, if you're going in person or online, whether you're able to take the time and money to make those sacrifices.
Right.
Versus being able to learn from someone in your organization how to do the job that you need to do. And then over time doing, little things. I mean, we constantly have webinars and all kinds of stuff that are available to us for free that help us do better in our job in all sorts of different aspects. So it's just a conversation that's happening, and it's because people are trying to now, there's a requirement, and it's become a conversation in the MLIS community that getting the degree is sort of like ticking a box on a resume. And that, because if you don't have that box ticked, you're just immediately not qualified for the job.
Yeah.
Whereas if you can just tick that box, you are immediately qualified for the job. And does that really mean what it should? So there's a lot of libraries that are turning now to like internal advancement programs. And so we've got another quote from this article saying, we're seeing so much talent within our organization. Folks who are in that paraprofessional class, they're capable and skilled at doing the work, and they could be working at a professional level, but they're not permitted to because of a strict rule around what tasks are appropriate for which classifications. And that's a shame. We want to see folks move up internally. And so that's a big thing, is being able to take people, like our lowest scale is pages, people that shelve books, and for them to be able to learn the skills to move up to library assistant. And then for them to be able to learn the skills to move up to be a librarian.
I definitely, I see the pros and cons of it. I do think that it just depends on the particular library that you're trying to work in also. Before moving here, I had applied to work at a library in Kansas City, and, it was extremely hard to get my foot in the door there, and I was never able to do so.
Yeah. A surprisingly competitive field.
Right. Bizarre competitive. And it was solely because I didn't have that degree and I did not have any experience. So.
And that's the thing, is even people with the MLIS degree are having to take jobs as pages.
Right.
Like you have your master's degree, but you don't have experience. You have to get that experience starting all the way. And,
Which
pages
I can't imagine.
Part-time, but sometimes not. Like part-time can be 19 hours. Part-time can be 12 hours a week.
Right.
For as low as minimum wage.
Right. So I can't imagine doing all that school, being probably in debt, up to your neck in student loans, and then you have to work below part-time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So just a little insight for the people that are listening.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting, when you come into our libraries, most of the people here at St. Joe Public Library don't have an MLIS. We do have a few scattered around the system, and they're in more supervisory roles.
Yeah.
But everyone here who's in a supervisory role does have tons of experience.
Right.
And we are able to do that because, like you and I, when we started, because Kelsey and I also started right around the same time,
like a month apart, basically. Not even.
The people that work here were able to see what skills we had and what interests we had, and were able to give us work that allowed us to move up in the system internally.
Yeah. Well, it just makes me sad to think about, like someone like me who I did not do well in school. I am not an education kind of person. I was never a good student. So it makes me sad to think that people like me who do have a genuine passion for the library and, would be turned away because they can't get that degree.
Yeah.
So that's sad to think about
Yeah.
to me, because I feel like, not to toot my own horn, but I brought a lot to the table here and I still continue to do so. So I would hate to not have those opportunities that I'm thankfully given here because of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And it's kind of just the big debate,
Sure.
And things seem to be changing towards being more accommodating to people that don't have the MLIS but do have the experience.
Right.
Because even really super technical stuff like cataloging, you can just learn how to catalog. You don't need the
Right.
MLIS. It's sort of like, any other college degree. You're going to learn about the history of libraries,
Yeah.
theories of libraries. You're going to learn about every kind of library. You're going to get a much broader base of knowledge about libraries and library work in general. But also, like in my program, you specialize. And so, like, I don't take any classes about children's librarians.
Right.
I don't know a single thing about Reader's Advisory. But I would be, quote unquote, more qualified for children's librarian just because I have the MLIS.
Right.
Even though someone who's been working with children for years and years doesn't.
Right.
So just an interesting conversation, something to think about when you come into your local library. Is we do put a lot of effort and a lot of work into making the library everything we can.
And just respect your library workers, guys.
Yeah.
We see a lot of disrespect right now.
Yeah. Kind of a wider thing in the service industry.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate. So just be kind.
Yep. So, talking about how great you are at your job. Give me some
Keep
YA
going.
recommendations.
Keep going. Okay. Let me get my handy dandy paperwork here. I don't have a single YA book today.
Oh, wow.
They're both adult.
So you're no good at your job.
Dang it, Jacob. One of them's actually nonfiction.
Oh my God.
I know. But it's nothing you have read.
Okay.
Maybe you have. I don't know.
We'll see.
So my first recommendation is stay sexy and don't get murdered.
Is that a podcast?
It is. It is written by Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark,
Okay.
the hosts of
The second best podcast out there.
Yes, My
After
Favorite Murder.
Hours. After Hours.
Number 2 on Apple's charts. Shortly behind ours, My Favorite Murder. Okay, so this, if you haven't listened to My Favorite Murder, the podcast, it is a true crime comedy podcast, which sounds ridiculous. And it is. But they are two female comedians who just, they cover true crime. They're fascinated by it. They're like me. And so they take a funny approach to it. If you can do that, you really have to listen to it because it sounds so terrible when I describe it. It's like, murder's funny. It's really not. But the way it's presented here, you've got to laugh so you don't cry situation.
Sure.
So, but they wrote a book together, Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered. And it is hilarious and just about their lives. So if you've listened to this podcast or haven't, I recommend it. I just listened to the audiobook actually because I read the book like a year ago.
Oh.
And I re-listened.
Did they narrate it?
I did, yeah. They narrated it,
Nice.
which is why I listened to it. And it's great. And
It's
just so
about
funny.
not about true crimes.
It's about their life and, their friendship and things like that. But it's just, they're just two really cool people. They've been through a lot and yeah.
I know that that's an incredibly popular podcast, so I'm sure somebody will be interested.
I'm usually, if you see me walking around the library with my AirPods in, there's a good chance I'm listening to My Favorite Murder. So, And then the second book I wanted to talk about is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I think that's how you pronounce it. Haig.
I've heard a lot about this book.
Yeah, so it's a really popular one right now. It's fiction, and it is just about this library that has all of these books, and all of these books are the choices in life that you could make. And it's about this main character named Nora, and she's really down on life right now, and she visits the Midnight Library to kind of see what her life would be like if she had taken different routes.
Ooh.
It's actually really, really good, and it's nothing that I would never read anything like that. It's almost like fantasy.
Interesting-ish.
But it was
her
fantastic.
life if she was a dragon.
No. Her life if she was Harry Potter. No.
More like her life if she had waffles that day.
Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah. Or if she hadn't broken up with that guy, what would happen?
Sure, that's a more important decision.
Right. Well, I don't know. If you ask me, waffles are the priority. But yeah, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, but it's really good. It's sad. There are some trigger warnings in there. It talks about death and stuff like that. So
sure.
It's a little deep, but it's great. One of my favorites I've read in the last year.
It's a little deep, huh?
A little bit deep for me.
Sounds like something you'd rag on. You getting a little pretentious over here?
I am. I wanted to sound smarter this episode, so I am reading nothing but literature. Like Mean Girls, the graphic novel.
Incredible. Well, I just had a couple books here that I wanted to highlight from the nonfiction collection.
What is
this
that?
one? It looks kind of boring, right?
Yeah, it looks absolutely... I didn't want to rag on you so early, but it looks absolutely terrible.
Not the best cover. It's called 14th Colony, The Forgotten Story of the Gulf South During America's Revolutionary Era. And I wanted to bring this up because, honestly, our history stuff checks out, among the nonfiction, by far one of the most popular things.
Yeah.
World War II and then American history.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was just a really cool one that I've got that talks about, and it's, when you think about it, you really don't really hear, like, people were living in the area of Florida for, before we even moved up into New England. But you never really hear about what was going on down in Florida or the Gulf South in general.
Remember when I was like...
during the Revolutionary War.
I'm a really bad student. Ask me how much I know what you're talking about right now.
The Revolutionary War
took place in 1914.
No. The one where we gained independence from England.
1492.
That's Christopher Columbus.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue in the year of 1492.
And his people were more around Florida.
Please don't fire me, Mary Beth. God. All I can think about when I record this is Mary Beth is going to hate me because I just sound not intelligent. I swear I'm
You don't
smart.
have to know about history to be intelligent.
I can read it.
But you can come check out this book.
And then you'll know more than me.
And you will know more than a lot of people, because who knows about Florida during the Revolutionary War? Not me.
I don't know about Florida right now.
But yeah, just a little fun thing to look at.
I
People really love the history stuff. So.
Yeah, it checks out like Hotcakes. That's the second time we've made that reference this episode. You should name it Hotcakes. What was I going to say? Oh, I'm disappointed in that cover. It's so not you.
With the history stuff, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's either going to be a really cool looking painting that someone else did.
It's a cool cover. It's just not what you're normally
it's a
bringing
bit
down here.
Muted.
Yeah. It's very beige.
Yeah. But then this cover for this other book
so fantastic.
Is beautiful. It's called A Cat's Tale, A Journey Through Feline History. And I wanted to bring this one in particular because it's from our collection that we have in dedication to Laura Elizabeth Hutton.
Yes.
Whose family donated money to us in her memory to buy animal and other books. And we have been spending we have been looking for all kinds of stuff relating to animals because that's what she really loved. And it's been so fun in the nonfiction
Yeah.
section, finding all these really interesting books about animals. So I wanted to highlight this one. It's just a little history of like cats and their shenanigans throughout human history with us.
I love it so much. It's like a cat with
Number one, she's wearing a wig.
it's so funny.
But dressed up like an actual queen.
It's great. I love that cover so much. And what a fun book.
Yeah. But we have because we have this memorial fund, we have a whole lot of animal books right now. So if you have any sort of interest, and I bought,
you were buying some yesterday.
Lizards, snakes, birds, elephants, lions, any animal you're interested in, we have brand new books about them.
And thank you
So
to the
come check
Hutton
them
family for
Yeah.
thinking of us and, letting her memory live on within the library, because I know it said that she loved animals and libraries specifically. So
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. And you've bought some really cool material with that.
The juvenile section has really gone above and beyond, buying all kinds of animal related things. And then I've had the pleasure of being able to find some really cool stuff that I wouldn't have even thought existed.
Right. And you'll know if a book has been purchased with that memorial fund, because there's always a sticker.
Yes.
On that front page, when you open the cover, there's a big sticker with her picture on it, and it's a beautiful sticker. So you'll know.
Yep. Thank you to the Hutton family
Yeah,
for that.
thank you so much.
And we will get into just a little bit of what's coming up this month. Like I said, we are reopening more and more and more and more, and our meeting rooms are open for you guys to use as you see fit within our parameters.
Yeah, please read the guidelines.
We do have to, I should probably reiterate now that we don't do things like private parties.
Right.
We do get inquiries for that every once in a while. Everything that we do here, you can use the room. It's totally free. And as long as the time you want is open, you can use the room. It's just for public events or things, support groups, things where it's open to whoever wants to come in.
Yeah. Your event can't be, your kid's second birthday party, because you wouldn't want some random stranger to come join in.
That's
the best way to explain that. And that's how I've explained it to patrons. You wouldn't want to be celebrating Aunt Sally's 86th, and then Tom from 2 doors down walks in and sits in the corner to read the newspaper. So it has to be open to the public. But the rooms are great. We've got so much space down here, and and it's free.
And it's,
You cannot beat that.
you really
But I
can't.
also don't blame people who want to have their birthday party at the library, because me too. That was my dream growing up. And right now. Which is funny, because I have my birthday party at the library, because I'm always working. Thank you, Shirley.
And she brings her own cupcakes.
Every time. Not for anyone else, just for me, though. I'm not sharing. Okay. Yeah.
So this month, we've got all of our regulars. We've got Book a Librarian. We've got story time, virtual story time.
So take and
We've got
makes.
clubs. We've got Wacky Wednesday, Tricky Tuesday.
Yeah.
Everything that we do on a normal, regular basis
Still
is
there.
continuing this month. And we'll just point out some of the unique things that we know about that are coming up. So first, on February 1st, we've got a children's craft take and make. That's going to be you can make your own one-of-a-kind snowman.
Cute. And then also coming up on February 3rd is the Adult Take and Make National Library Lovers Month. Now, if you didn't know, the month of February is National Library Lovers Month.
I didn't. I knew it was lovers,
Yeah.
not
Library lovers. That's the only kind of love I want to talk about. So, in honor of National Library Lovers Month, adults can pick up a take and make celebrating their love for the library. And we're going to have 3 wooden crafts. I have them at my desk right now. I haven't looked at all the designs, but there was like some fun Valentine-y crafts that you can pick up. But yeah, those are available at all 4 branches actually, beginning February 3rd. And then also happening, let's see, February 4th is SJPL Sprouts. This is virtual. And it looks like each week, Mr. Will Stuck, who is great. Everybody loves Will.
Yes, he's written down here as an edutainer, but
I'm going to have to ask him.
He goes above and beyond.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him to describe that exactly. What that means,
The kids,
Mr.
people,
Stuck.
he hasn't worked, he used to work in our children's department. And he hasn't worked here in many years because he didn't work here when either of us was here.
Which has been almost 5 years.
Yeah, and people still are like,
ask.
is Mr. Will still there?
Is Mr. Will here today?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me give
Check him
you
out on
his cell
YouTube.
phone number. Here you go. But yeah, it looks like each week will introduce pre-reading skills, activities, and fun books for children and caregivers. SJPL Sprouts is supported by the Institute of Museum and Library Services under the provisions of the Library Services and Technology Act. It's a lot of legal talk there. Sound like a commercial.
We got funding for that, so
Yeah.
you know,
but episodes
we like
will
to
be
shout them out.
right. Episodes will be released on Facebook and on the SJPL Sprouts webpage each week at sjpl.lib.mo.us/sprouts.
So if you've been looking for your Mr. Will content, it will be available starting in February.
Yes. Love that.
And then we have another take and make that's for teens specifically for
Woo!
Valentine's decorations.
Go teens.
And that's going to be to decorate a Valentine's box. And you can pick those up from any branch.
Actually, no.
No.
East Hills and downtown.
Oh, just East Hills and downtown.
I think that's what it says. Don't quote me on that though. I don't know.
Call us.
Yeah. Give us a call. We'll have one for you. And then what else is coming up? Oh, drop in and decorate Valentine boxes is happening on.
And this one's for so that one was for teens. This one's
is for children. February 10th. It's intended for grades K through 6. And so you will stop in and pick up boxes, paper, stickers, and other decorating supplies to make a fantastic Valentine box. So you pick those up, take them home. You can pick that up anytime between 3 and 6 p.m. at the East Hills branch.
Beautiful. And then we have a STEAM. What's that? Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Sure.
STEAM take and make. So it's going to be like, cool and sciencey.
Yeah.
For a Valentine gnome.
Elizabeth, of course. Smarty pants.
Gnomes have been have you noticed this?
Yeah, why are gnomes a thing?
They all of a sudden are just everywhere.
It's like when everyone started making bread at the beginning of the pandemic. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like...
That's the gnomes.
Yeah. So we've got a little Valentine gnome that you can come in on February 12th.
It's so cute, though. And that one's what? Grades K through 8.
Yep. And
no sign-ups.
Yep. And for most of, I think all of them now, all of the take and makes.
Ugh. I don't know if all of them, but...
I won't commit to that.
Yeah, don't commit to that. I know that's been in talks, though, just to make it more accessible for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Maker Monday, Heart Canvas Take and Make is happening downtown on February 14th. This is for children as well. And you pick up supplies to create some lovely heart art. Ooh, heart art. Heart art. With contact paper, stencils, and cotton swabs. And yeah, you can start picking those up February 14th while supplies last. No registration is required. But if you have questions, call Misty.
And then this is, so we were saying earlier, there's a little bit of interesting stuff happening. We're actually having an in-person story time at the mall. So we have it's right by the carousel.
Yeah.
If you were in the mall around Christmas time, they were doing a lot of live performances.
Yeah.
Right there. That's where they're going to be doing it. Miss Jess will be there for baby through pre-K children. And that's going to be, it's the third Tuesday of the month, which this month will be on February 15th. And at 11 a.m. for about 30 to 45 minutes where they read, sing, talk, rhyme, and just have a little fun time with a good story.
That's fun. I love story time with Jess. My kids love it too. But I love it even more. Because I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
With my own kids. Okay. And then this is a big one. So the month of February, right? Yeah. Is also Youth Art Month and National Reading Month. So
Very busy month.
Nope, it's March.
Is Reading Month and Art Month?
I don't know. I know it's coming up, guys. Oh, gosh. Okay, anyways, so we are going to be having a art contest, and so you can pick up a mini canvas at the East Hills Library during the last week of February, so it is March.
Yeah, so this will be going out in February so that we can do this in March.
Good grief. Okay. I'm on this committee. Like, I listened to her plan this. Okay, anyways. So you pick this up the last week of February. You create your artwork at home, whatever you want to do, and return it with a label by 6 p.m. on February 28th. Art can be a painting, drawing, mixed media, photography, anything, as long as it fits on the canvas and is your original artwork. This contest is intended for grades K through 12th. And we are actually going to display these, and then they are going to be voted on. So somebody will win. You know I love a good contest. I want to win everything. So I am angry that I can't participate. Not that you would want to see my art.
I was going to say,
I would never win. But it would be fun, and I would think I would win.
You could put a recording of yourself singing and stick it on the canvas.
Just a little button. I could put a QR code. On there, and then it can go to like YouTube.
That'd be great.
Yeah, so this is really cool, and I believe we've partnered with like a local museum in town who's going to send somebody to vote on this.
Yeah, we're trying to get some real art experts.
Yeah, because that's not me or Jacob. I don't know. You look at a lot of art. I feel like you'd be a good judge.
I've seen art.
Yeah, you've seen some art. You fancy pants. But if you are in need of art supplies, you can also talk to any of the children's librarians, and we will help you out.
Well, that's really cool. We haven't done like a big contest like that in so long.
That one is going to be a fun one.
I hope we get to display them.
I think
for quite some time.
I think they'll be up like through the whole month of March at least, and then I don't know what's going to happen with the winner. Maybe
permanent collection.
I'll probably go to Washington D.C.
The Smithsonian.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Of course, I'm really not in the game today. Struggling.
And we have. We wanted to point out for one of our book discussions, we're going to have the virtual Murder, She Read cozy mystery book discussion. And that's going to be virtual with Jenny Ellis. They're going to be talking about the book Up to No Gouda by Linda Riley. And of course, because it's Jenny Ellis, the author will be joining. Because she knows them and is probably best friends. I know.
They send her stuff. I'm so jealous of Jenny's lifestyle. She lives my bookish lifestyle dream that I don't have the energy to keep up with. Okay, and also happening, the virtual teen book club on February 24th. Again, this is virtual, but this will happen on the 2nd and 4th Thursday of the month at 4 p.m. And in February, they are discussing Clash of Steel by C.B. Lee. And it says, let's see here. This book retells the story of Treasure Island through the lens of queerness and Asian legends. That's kind of cool.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah. I love it. Retellings are so popular in YA right now. Remember I just got in that Tink and Wendy that's like a retelling of of Peter Pan?
Yeah.
That we all were like, what the heck is that? I still want to read it. I don't have time right now. Okay, seats are limited and registration is required, and books will be provided. You pick them up on the 1st of the month. So, okay. And then also happening the afternoon tea book club on February 26th. This is happening, drumroll please, in person. Oh my gosh. is happening at Alchemy Tea Company, which is at 617 Felix downtown. This book club is sponsored by the Friends of the Library, and it is intended for adults that enjoy reading a mix of adult and young adult books. Sounds like I should be there. Hosted by Jenny Ellis. And they're going to be reading Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber for February.
She reads
so many
much.
books.
And the last one we want to point out is the Friends Book Club. And this will be for, again, the first time in forever, in person and actually at the library.
Oh,
it's going to be the very first in-library, in-person program.
I love it.
That we are going to have. And that's run by Chelsea down at the downtown library. If you are interested in joining, that month they're going to discuss They're There by Tommy Orange.
Every time I see a simple name like Tommy Orange, I'm like, surely I'm pronouncing that wrong.
I'm kind of fascinated. Tommy Orange.
Tommy Orange is how I feel like it's probably pronounced. How about he calls me and lets me know? No?
Should we have someone call in?
Yeah. And now our special guest, Anthony Fauci. Oh my goodness sakes.
Well, that is it for this month.
Sorry for messing up that one so bad, Elizabeth.
Well, we'll get it figured out. It's been busy. Like we said, we love having people back. We love getting things checked out again. We love the programming starting back up.
Yeah.
So we're very happy with all of these developments, and we can't wait to just keep going up.
And come in and love your library workers for National Library Lovers Month.
Yes.
We have chocolates to hand out. Come see us.
Yes.
We just got them in yesterday.
Yep.
Nope, today. Wow. All right.
I saw them today, yeah.
Yep, it was today. Okay.
All right. Well, we will talk to you later. Either
Mid-month. We've got fun stuff planned for that
You
one.
kind of have to come to that one. It's going to be
It's going to be great.
a blast.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.